So to give you a quick overview of our business, we're a housing association. We do three main things. So one is social housing and affordable housing. We do that for about 55,000 people, so 55,000 homes. We then do social care, particularly mental health and learning disability, and selling into the NHS. And then the final piece of the puzzle is homes for open market sale. And we do that piece to make a profit to fund the other two. So the situation before I started working with Durham Lane was that really I'd just joined the business. And we had a new strategy, so we created this new strategy, and two parts of that strategy were, one, to build and sell houses for profit, which is slightly different from what we've done before, and the second bit was to sell services into the NHS. Now, in the past we've been very, very successful at tendering and building social housing and selling for shared ownership and working in partnerships with people who did sales for us, but we hadn't really developed our skills in selling and the sales process. So looking at the strategy and understanding what we needed to do in order to be successful, we realised that one thing we really had to do was develop expertise in sales, and that's where we brought in Durham Lane. We initiated firstly a programme which is almost an awareness programme of some of our top people. So our top 20 went away and had a 3-day in-depth sales programme piece, and then we rolled that out for half a day to 70 people across the business, so top 70 across the business. We're now going deeper in. So the initial results we've seen are that we've got a much greater commercial awareness across the business, and that's really important for an organisation like ours that hasn't really operated in that territory. So at the highest levels, we kind of get selling and we get the commercial piece. We've also developed much more of a sense of process in how we go about selling and how we win business over a period of time rather than it just sort of popping out of the blue. So adopting some of the sales process has been really important for us. And we've also taken that, so which gives a really big third output, is that we've taken that and started to build that into a CRM system. So we've got a staged sales process based on some of the Durham Lane sales process. And in amongst that, we've got loads of great tricks and tips and tools that are enabling people to sell better. We've started to win one or two decent contracts that we've been working on. And I think our people feel much more up for it, invested in, and kind of motivated to go and execute this strategy that we've got. So the reason I specifically chose Durham Lane over others was, well, I think there were two things really that came through for me. One was, it was not salesy sales, if that makes sense. So our organisation isn't like out and out salesy. It's not the car sales. We're not going to be singing songs in the morning to G ourselves up. What I saw in Durham Lane was a more considered approach, a bit more of a systemic approach, and we can adopt that and we can use some of those things, and it was a good cultural fit for us. I also thought with Durham Lane that the way that, and this sounds quite hilarious now after having been through some of the training, the way you guys dealt with us and the way you proposed the options and had to listen to what we needed and came back with a really considered response meant that you were really on our wavelength. Now I know now that that's kind of how you sell, and we're trying to adopt some of the similar processes, but that feeling of being listened to was really important to us. So would I recommend Durham Lane? Yes, I'd recommend Durham Lane. Why? Because you've made a difference for us. And I think the things that you've said you would do, you've delivered on, and you've continued to listen and develop the course materials and the engagement in a way which has meant actually we've renewed our contract with you and we're doing more work than we were before, which I think in itself is an endorsement.